Last year didn't exactly go to plan. Over winter we had some pretty heavy losses, mostly due to queen failures, which brought our hive numbers down from 8 to just 5. So instead of playing it safe this season, we decided to do the opposite. We're going all in on expansion. To kick things off, we brought in 2 overwintered nukes, purchased 6 new queens and invested in a lot of new equipment. Earlier in spring we added a second brood box to 3 of our strongest hives, with the goal of making splits in April. On the 10th of April, things really got moving. We picked up 5 Buckfast queens from BS honeybees and a 6th queen from Black Mountain Honey, which was delivered later that day. Now, I don't have the footage of making the splits themselves, but I do have footage of all 6 nukes once they were moved over to our apiary at Painswick Rococo Gardens. And now what you're seeing here is something really important. These bees are performing orientation flights. This is where they leave their hives, hover and circle in front of it to learn exactly where they are. They're building a mental map of their surroundings so they can find their way back after foraging. It's completely normal and a really good sign that the colony is settling in. Now we fast forward 8 days until the 18th. We leave it about a week before opening them up because we want the colony to fully realise it doesn't have a laying queen. At this point, they'll have to start building emergency queen cells. These colonies don't have a laying queen. We've given them one, but it's still inside a cage. If the bees think they can raise their own queen, they are far less likely to accept ours, and in many cases, they will actually kill her because they see her as an intruder. So what we need to do is go through every frame and remove every single queen cell we find. That forces the colony into a hopelessly queenless state, which makes them much more likely to accept our mated queen we've introduced. Let's start with the first hive. On this first frame, we've got some uncapped stores and no queen cells. Moving on to the next frame, there's a lot of bees here, so I'm going to give them a shake to get a proper look. There's plenty of brood, and I can see a queen cell here, which I'll remove. I'll quickly check the rest of the frame for any others before putting it back. On this next frame we can see the queen cage. She's still alive, which is exactly what we want. I'll put her down for a moment while I shake the bees off the frame and check for queen cells. There are several here, so I'll remove those before returning the frame. Let's take a closer look at the queen. She's still inside the cage. It's a bit difficult to see her clearly, but you can just about spot the white marking. Moving on to the next frame, there's plenty of brood again, along with a few queen cells which I'll remove off camera. This next frame is mostly empty, with a bit of pollen and nectar. And the final frame looks very similar. Now that we've removed all of the queen cells, we need to move on to releasing the queen. I'm going to remove the small plastic tabs on the cage, which exposes the fondant inside. The bees will slowly eat through this over the next couple of days, which will give them time to get used to her scent before she's fully released. That delay massively improves the chances that they will accept her. I'll put the hive back together now and move on to the others. For the rest of these hives, I'm doing the exact same thing, going through each frame, removing any queen cells, checking that the queen is still alive in the cage, and then opening up the fondant so that she can be released. Whilst I'm doing these inspections, I'm going to keep an eye on the overall colony strength, how much brood they have, and whether they've got enough food. A couple of these splits are slightly weaker than the others, mainly because the original hive had less brood to begin with, but overall they're looking healthy. This final hive contains the queen from Black Mountain Honey. She actually looks slightly larger than the others. Now we come back a week later to see how things have gone. At this point we're looking for signs that the queen has been successfully accepted. Ideally we want to see eggs, and if possible find the queen herself. I go through each frame carefully taking my time. Eggs can be quite difficult to spot, especially when there aren't many of them. But eventually I start to see some. And just after that I find the queen as well. That's exactly what we want to see. This hive is a success. Moving on to the next hive. This one is a bit unusual. The queen is still inside the cage and she's surrounded by worker bees. That's not what should have happened, so I decide to manually release her. There is a risk here because the bees might not accept her and could kill her. I place her in a queen clip while I check for any signs of a virgin queen. I don't find anything obvious, so I release her and hope that she's still alive when I come back next week. In this next hive, I find a small number of eggs, but I can't find the queen. That could mean that I've just missed her, or it could be a sign that something hasn't gone to plan. At this stage, it's too early to say, so we'll need to check again next week. The remaining 3 hives are exactly what we want to see. I'm able to find the queen in each one, and there are eggs present as well. So overall, we've got 4 out of the 6 successful introductions, and there are 2 that are still uncertain. Not perfect, but a solid result at this stage. We'll come back next week and check on those 2 hives to see how things have developed. The weather is looking good, so there should be plenty of activity. So that's it for this one. In the next video, we'll be going through all of the nukes for a final check, and I'll be doing a full walkthrough with live narration so you can see exactly what's happening. Thanks for watching, don't forget to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.